We're back. What's up, y'all? We're back soon. Actually, no, we're back so soon. All right. I guess let's get straight into it. I mean, it's a beautiful day out today. Actually, it's like 60 degrees. Uh, actually 60. Yeah. It got pretty high today. The high. I mean, great freaking weather. Starting to feel like summertime. Honestly, everything's opening back up and well, not opening back up, but the summer stuff is starting to slowly open back up and got me thinking like summer's like right around the corner, what am I gonna do this summer? I don't know, man. Obviously, first thing, work a little bit, you know make a little bit of money, work. um but like, I don't know, I'm pretty pumped up for this summer. We got a lot of stuff going on this summer. I mean, 250 years of the great United States of America. That's a pretty big one to celebrate. But even before July, what's gonna go on before July? Because there's better weather and, well, not better weather, but there's great weather before July too. And most of the time, weather depends on what you're gonna do. So, I mean, as soon as it gets like warm like this every day, I'm gonna consider it summer, even though it's still spring. Summer has like a feel, and today it felt like early summer, even though it's like early spring right now. Like the leaves haven't grown onto the trees yet where I'm at, but it's still like early summer feeling because we'll have some days where it's a little breezy, but it's still around 60 degrees. And then obviously, since where I live, the weather's freaking bipolar to the point where it's like one day we'll have like 60-degree weather, but the other day we'll have 40-degree weather, 30-degree weather. So I guess it just depends on how my state wants to react, but I think right now we're in the part of the year where it's starting to warm up and we're gonna see less colder days, you know. We'll even have a couple of nights here probably this week where it's not gonna drop below freezing, which is nice. Let's see. Yeah, no. No, actually. In the forecast, not gonna drop below freezing overnight at all. It's gonna get close, but it's not gonna drop below, which is freaking phenomenal. Freaking bananas, dude. It's kind of funny when you're like when it's summertime out, you're like, I wish it was a little bit colder. I wish the cold would come back, and then winter comes around and you're like, oh, I wish it was warm out. There's got to be a certain in between, like Florida. No, Florida's like a really wet heat, I guess. No. I mean, when I lived down in Arkansas, the weather was pretty nice. It wasn't it was there was a couple of days where it was uncomfortably muggy out, and then there was other days where it was like warm but not too warm, where there was just like that nice breeze. And where we lived, you could there was like all the leaves in the mountains and stuff, so you get like the breeze, and it smelt like a mix of spring and summer, of just like leaf decay. I don't know if people like that smell, but it smells pretty comfortable to me, honestly, smelling that. It's like, oh yeah, the weather's getting better, eh? Definitely though. What else is there going on? Summer's coming. The leaves are starting to come back onto the trees. Gonna be hanging out with friends this summer, hopefully. Getting Most of my friends are getting their licenses, and I'm in the process of getting my license, so that's a fun process. I'm in like the very first portion of it, and they're just sitting there lecturing me about this and that, and obviously I'm paying attention though because that's the most important thing. Um, yeah, no, like I feel like most of my summers are anchored around like this one certain spot, and me and my friends call it the tree. It's literally a tree that blew over in like a windstorm or something, and it's still growing, but it's completely uh sideways, so you can walk out on it. Kind of feels like you're climbing a tree somewhat, or like you're on a natural deck. And we sit there for hours on end just looking at the view because this tree is laid over this phenomenal view. It looks like a Bob Ross painting in his like OG prime days, in Bob Ross's prime OG days. Don't say that, cuz Bob Ross might get added to Fortnite or something. Emote, just paint a picture. No, but it's beautiful sitting out on the tree, and the tree's been through a lot. Like this tree, so many conversations have been held on it. So many things have happened on it. I mean, not only like the weather and the conversations. It's like it's been there. It's been there for a lot of people, and me, especially. So very grateful for very grateful for the tree. I guess we talk about this tree like it's a living person, but I mean, I guess the tree is living, but we talk about the tree like it's some magical place. And I guess if you haven't been to it, you don't understand it, but it's like watching a TV show that you watched growing up, and you turn it on every once in a while because brings you that sense of like joy or whatever. That's the tree for us. Anytime we get bored, anytime, we just want to escape because it's out of the way a little bit, we go out to the tree, we sit on it, we just have fun. We enjoy the company of the tree, you know. I mean, shout out to the trees, right? That's kind of corny, but for real though, shout out to the trees. Um, I guess. Um, I mean, there's so many other things. Like I said from last episode, I'll jot down different things to talk about. Like, here's one. We can talk about this. One of my new favorite things is anytime an event comes up or like whatever. So like for example, there's a fight coming up on Netflix in the coming future, and I'll just jot it down in my calendar in my phone. Or like the new Avatar movies as they're coming out. I've had the past two of them jotted down in my calendar. I think that's freaking so fun to do for some reason. I'll just be like, oh shoot, there's a new movie coming out. All right, we're gonna put that in my calendar. So I'll go through my calendar, and there'll be like not only birthdays, but there'll be like random events that I'll forget that I put in there. Like, whoa, I forgot this movie was even coming out. And then there's like the reminder thing, and I don't know. Weirdly enough, I find it fun to do because it's like cataloging stuff that's going on, I guess, or whatever. So like my calendar slowly filling up with stuff I want to do. It's like, all right, chill out, chill out. you know. Um, yeah, calendar stuff on the calendar. What else is there? TV shows. I jotted down something about TV shows. Apparently I thought that might be a good idea to talk about is different TV shows. One second, y'all. All right, y'all. We're back. I don't know what the heck. Hold on. Honestly, I do know what happened, but there's no point. Anyways, TV shows. Who doesn't love movies or TV shows? I mean, you can get stuff out of, I guess. I mean, I think the reason I jotted down TV shows in the thing to talk about is because I just saw the new season for Rick and Morty, season 9. It looks mid, not even gonna lie. Season 9 trailer looks mid. I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's gonna be a laid back season, kind of like season 8, but I think that's alright. That's alright though. Okay. I think we need a couple of mid seasons of Rick and Morty before we kind of hit the storyline off a lot more. And hold on. I think we need to get a couple more mid seasons of Rick and Morty before we can get back on the storyline. Because there's still evil Morty out there doing evil Morty things, I'm assuming, and stuff. Anyways, nerding out a little bit. I've never ever watched Rick and Morty ever. Ooh. No, TV shows are great though. Like Netflix has made it so easy. You just turn on a TV show in the background and you just let it play. And then you can like clean up your room, clean up your house, your kitchen, whatever you're doing. And you just have the TV show on the background, and Netflix makes it like I think actually when Netflix makes a show, they have it in their script to explain exactly what's happening or what they're doing for the simple fact of people who aren't paying attention. So it's like, oh my god, so you're seriously about to go in the basement to go find Richard? Like Netflix puts it in their script to explain what's happening. So of course you'll be cleaning your dishes and you're like, oh, I wonder what's happening. Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't go in the basement to find Richard! You'll like, oh, they're looking for Richard in the basement. Which honestly sounds like a Netflix show. But it's so great. You know, I find myself putting random Netflix shows on in the background or even like YouTube videos because the new thing, or not new thing, but relatively new, is binging. Binging, having stuff on in the background. At this point, for me, putting on like Netflix or Hulu or Disney, unless I physically want to sit down and watch it, it's background noise. Like, I walk on a treadmill every night, and that's just background noise for me because I'm more focused on walking on the treadmill than watching an episode of something on Netflix or watching a YouTube video. That's another thing too. Like, do people sit down and actually watch TV during the day in the summer? Like, I know most people go out to work and stuff and have work, and I understand that. But, like, for me personally, I have work in the summer too. But, like, I don't find myself sitting down watching stuff until, like, the sun goes down or it's, like, a rainy day. And even then, because I'll be outside on rainy days. I don't know, that's just a weird little shower thought question I've just thought of. Like, most of my friends, we go outside and walk around all day in the summer. Like, most weeks in the summer, I'll be getting like 30, sometimes 40 miles an hour. 40 miles, not 40 miles an hour. I'll walk like 30, 40 miles in a week. Like right now during winter or spring, I'm walking 27, 30 miles. But in the summer, I'll be walking 30, 40 miles. I'll have days where I'll hit almost 30,000 steps, or even days where I do hit 30,000 steps in the summer, I guess. I mean, let me think about that really quick though, because do people really sit down and watch TV during, like, in the summer? I'm talking about like during the day. Obviously, people are gonna watch TV. It's like the most American thing you can do, American pastime, besides watching like football, is sitting down watching TV. Let me think about that though. Do I know people that sit down and watch TV during the day? Like, some people, some people. But that's like not even all the time either. I'm thinking like people that actually sit down, watch TV, don't go outside, don't touch grass. Not very many people do that, honestly. I guess that says something about the people I surround myself with, or I surround my people. I don't know. I guess it really does reflect on who I hang out with though, because we're pretty active in the summer. Like, we'll have long days on our feet, and we'll still be walking around till like 2 in the morning, having fun, hanging out. And it's not like we're walking around a city though, like with 20 million people. It's literally us in a small town. Like, you can count the amount of people from like your front door. So we'll just hang out till like 2 in the morning, fire hopping, having fun, you know. Which, you know, I mean, I've been spending my summers like that for like the past 5 years now. So, I mean, I recommend it, but don't drive out to a small town trying to hang out with people. That won't end well for most people. You gotta know somebody, you gotta know a friend, you gotta know somebody in the small town, or else it's not gonna end very well. Hold on, the little kitty wanted to hop up here. I mean, what else is there to talk about? Um, hmm. I don't know. I haven't released music in, I don't know, coming up on like 4 months now, and it's kind of sad. It's also like I know why I haven't released music, and it's the simple fact of I've hit like a writer's block or like inspiration, because most of my music comes from like stuff that's happening in my life, and I take the anger and I fuel that into my music, and I'm in the spot where I don't have anything like to fuel the kind of music I make, so I'm having trouble writing music because that's like I take inspiration, from what's going on. So it's like, what am I supposed to do when it comes to like parts of my life where it's good, and, well, not saying parts of my life are bad, but when it comes to like parts of my life where it's like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? When it comes to the music thing. I mean, I've been writing country music, I guess, kind of. I'm not gonna release it until like I write a good one, a good country song, but I prefer rap. I prefer making rap music, whether it's, you know, so I'd rather sit down and have inspiration to write a rap song than write a rap song where it's not like it doesn't apply to me, you know? Because then it's just like it's not my music at that point. If I'm sitting here talking about rapping about things that I don't have, capping, it's like, I mean, some people get away with it, but it's like not me. That's not. I like the raw stuff, the stuff where it's like, oh yeah, that really happened. Go get it, So it's like, yeah, that's what the country songs are about, because it's real. Like when I write my music or when I sit down and I'm writing my book, I think of certain things or certain lyrics or certain parts of my life or whatever that I can pull from and put it into a song or put into a certain portion of a book. So it's like, boom, you know. But now it's like, what's really been going on? What can I write a rap song about? What can I take inspiration from? I don't know. I guess it's whatever. I mean, I think I could call it a break from writing rap music because it's winter. Nothing really goes on during winter. I could sit here rapping about like Fortnite and Minecraft, but I'm not I'm definitely not gonna do that. So like I'm sure when summer comes along and people are being weird and stuff, having fun, I'll have stuff to talk about. But right now it's like a writer's block or inspiration block. And it's just for the rap music. I could sit here writing country songs all day. They might not be the best, but I think they're good at least. And the same thing for the books. Like I have book ideas hitting me almost every day now, or book ideas that could be movies or shows where it's like, okay, that'd be interesting, but when am I going to sit down and actually write a book? Like I'm writing one book right now, solely one book, and that's hard enough to do because I have to sit down and I have to like get into like the mindset of the characters and I have to really sit there and be like, okay, this character thinks like this, so how would the character react in this situation, So I have to really sit down. So that's hard to do. That's time consuming, Sitting down writing a couple hundred words for me because it's like my first official real book is gonna take ABC amount of time, A couple hundred words might take me 30 minutes, or like every 100 words is 20 minutes because it's like these two characters are having a real, or at least I'm trying to make it sound real, conversation and getting I'm trying to get lost in the universe of my book. And if it ever does come out, y'all can um buy it or whatever or read it on your own. I'm not going to sit here explaining the concept of the book. If you know me, then let me know and I'll explain it to you, but I'm not going to I don't have enough time because there's so many moving parts in the book. That's what's so fun about writing a book too. Like in your own universe, you can make up anything you want. If it's set in the future, you can start making up tech, maybe a dystopian style world, a Mad Max kind of world, a Fallout based world, a future world where we're flying around in spaceships, whatever it is. I mean, that's the most fun thing about writing a book is sitting down, actually being able to create this universe. Like imagine Harry Potter, Harry Potter is set in the real world somewhat, and it's about this secret society of wizarding people. You know, Me personally, I wouldn't have thought of it, but obviously somebody sat down and thought of it, and they loved it enough to write a book and get it published. So, actually, who's they? J.K. Rowling or whatever. I might have butchered her name. I don't care. And that turned into huge success. So I think taking my time writing the book is probably the best bet. Taking my time writing music is the best bet. You know, even through writing block. You know, that's one thing I don't do is force myself to sit down and write music. If I'm ready to write a song or I have something in my head where it's like I gotta get it to paper, I gotta get it down to paper, I'll sit down and do that. But I'm not gonna be like every Thursday I'm gonna sit down from 9 to 5 and write a book or write a song. You know, that's it's silly to do it that way. Literally, I have like pages and pages on like my notes app of just random lyrics, like random bars, random songs, even because throughout the day I'll just be hit with something that might rhyme or something that might flow or something that might happen that I think of and I put it into like a song form. But then sitting down and forcing myself, because trust me, I've tried to sit down and force myself to write a song. It doesn't go it doesn't go so well. It starts off pretty chill. It's like, all right, I'll pull inspiration from here and here, and then it gets into like the fantasy fantasy style of rap where it's like I got $100 million in my bank account. Ooh, I got 30 cars in my garage. Ooh. Most people that sit down and say they have $100 million in their bank account and they have 30 cars in their garage, they have negative money in their bank account and their garage can't even hold more than 2 cars. So, and then they get outed for it on the internet and people are like, hey, you said you had 30 cars in your garage. What the heck happened? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it straight up with you. You know. Uh. Anyways, enough about making music. I mean, I got one last topic that I wrote down, or idea I wrote down in my notes for this episode or whatever you want to call it. How the internet. This is quote word for word what I wrote. How the internet has made things so easy, whether it's learning a new skill or shopping, good and bad. I guess I write these down throughout the day, so I have to quickly jot them down with like a quick tagline. So if it's like if I want to sit down and talk about hot dogs, hot dog restaurant by the yellow building. Uh when I sit down and I actually want to record it, I'm like, what the heck does hot dogs by the yellow building mean? So I have to decipher each one, so it takes me a second. Anyways, internet has made things so easy, whether it's learning a new skill or shopping. Is it good or bad? You know, I mean, when you sit down and look at something, or at least me, when I sit down and look at something, I look at it from both sides. You know, the saying, there's two sides to a coin, there's two sides to a story, or three, some people say three sides to the story, but there's two sides of the story. Let's sit down and talk about it. I mean, internet's so great. Online shopping, one of the greatest things. Learning a new skill. I mean, you go back 100 years ago, and it was just people that went into the family business. You know, they didn't get the opportunity to go out and say, "I'm gonna go learn how to build a building." No, no, no. If you grow up in a family where you make shoes and you solely make shoes, there's a 99% chance that you're gonna make shoes. You know, nowadays it's like you get brought up in a schooling system where it's like you have so many options on what you want to do, and people a lot of the time pursue it but don't follow through on it 100%, and other people talk about pursuing something and then they sit down and watch YouTube or whatever and they're like, "Oh, that looks pretty easy," and they try to do it. What I'm basically trying to get at is the internet has fostered so many great things and great ideas to the point where you can go on the internet and if you want to learn how to do blacksmithing, forging, masonry work, how to replace a pipe in your house, how to fix a part on your car, this and that, you can do that. You know, 100 years ago, it's not like you could pull out your phone and be like, "Hey Siri, how do you do this, eh?" And eh, there was none of that. It's that part of the internet's great, you know. But there's other parts of the internet where it's like, okay, guys, okay, huh? Where it's like, let me think of a good topic here. People arguing on the internet. I mean, I rambled about that in the first port part. I rambled about that in the first part, where it was like people sit down 400 pounds, just arguing all day, constantly on the internet. And 4 out of 5 times, you're not actually arguing with a real person. You're arguing with a robot. That's the simple truth. You're arguing with a robot, and it's kind of funny, and it's kind of sad too, that people, first of all, would want to sit down and waste their time arguing with real or fake people, whatever it may be, about the dumbest stuff. You could put on the internet that brats are better than hot dogs, and there will be full blown arguments. There will be full blown Reddit threads on if a brat is better than a hot dog, or why hot dogs are superior to brats. I look at that as like the bad part, I guess, of the internet, and it doesn't 100% have to be a bad part, as long as as long as you're not like actually arguing. But it's kind of hard to have a real conversation on the internet or in the comments section. It's near impossible. That I guess you could consider that the bad part of the internet, or semi bad. There's obviously more better examples, but for the sake of it, we'll say that's the bad example, and the good example is learning a new skill, this and that. I mean, I guess here's another example. The internet's made people lazy, like super lazy. Some people don't even get up from their couch. They're just like, all right, I'm gonna order some McDonald's and some Arby's fries, and uh, I'm gonna have it delivered to my door. And then when they get here, I'm gonna have it delivered to me on the couch. I'll pay them extra too. I'll give them a tip. No, I guess that's another bad part of the internet too. It's lazy folks. Y'all are lazy. Come on now. What happened to the fun of going out to a restaurant or even a fast food place and ordering and going out and having the experience of talking to real people face to face? Yeah, I'll have the double, triple, big buy. And can I have a side of soda with that? Yep, your total is $39.48. I mean, people, I don't know. What happens in a hypothetical future where you can't go outside and you have to order everything off the internet? So many people are gonna be like, "Oh, I wish I could go outside." Well, you could have. You could have. And the only reason you can't now because you started outnumbering the people that could. So many freaking lazy bums. Good parts, bad parts of the internet. I don't know. Twitter is just like a pool of arguments. YouTube is just a pool of either brain rot or people wanting to learn skills. Same thing with TikTok, I guess. Not learning skills, just a pool of brain rot. It's like, have you seen the new TikTok dance? Have you learned the new TikTok dance? It's a cool dance. And it's not even dancing. Most of these people that call a TikTok dance a dance are like swiveling their hips and bobbing their head up and down. That is not a dance. A dance is where you sit there burning calories. To the left, to the left, to the right. That's a real dance, alright? I don't know about all of this, like, winking at the camera. Uh, uh, that's not a dance, guys. And the simple fact that we consider that a dance is kind of sad, because I've seen real dancing before, and it is not that. It's not winking at someone. That's called flirting, motherfucker. That's called flirting. I'm so passionate about dancing, I guess. But like, yeah, like, come on. If you're gonna be on social media, at least try to limit it. Cause me personally, I used to sit down and scroll YouTube, or not YouTube, TikTok. I was on TikTok a lot. I was on TikTok a lot. I mean, if I had to guess, I could have been on TikTok for at least 15, 17 hours a week. That might be a little high of a number, but if we want to fudge some numbers, 15, 17 hours a week. And then I got off of TikTok, and I realized, like, TikTok is just a whole bunch of nonsense fed to you. Because then I switched to like YouTube Shorts, and I know YouTube Shorts isn't better, but I've noticed that if you watch YouTube Shorts, anything that trends on TikTok makes it to YouTube Shorts pretty quickly. But it's only like the good, interesting stuff, the good, interesting trends. You know, not saying YouTube's any better or TikTok's any better. I'm just saying when you're on YouTube Shorts, you get somewhat of a filter. You know, it filters out the weird. What does that stuff even mean? Some of that stuff obviously makes it on YouTube, and you'll see it every once in a while. But YouTube's pretty good at getting rid of all the junk stuff, at least. I mean, yeah. And then on top of it, the AI being used in social media is like, holy cow. Let's talk about it. We gotta sit down here, guys, and talk about it. Because, what? I mean, these people are putting in 2 pounds of effort. I don't know how you measure effort. 2% effort. There we go. 2% effort into these videos to get like 400,000 likes, 2 million likes, whatever it is. It's like you're not even doing anything. You're putting a prompt in, and sometimes these AI videos are so horrible. They'll be like a voiceover of a movie, and they're not even like it's not even explaining the movie properly. Jenny walked downstairs because she heard a loud noise. No, no, no. In the real movie, Jenny walked downstairs because she thought someone was home. Actually, no, because that kind of makes sense. But, like, the point is, like, Jenny walked downstairs because she heard a loud noise. Jenny walked downstairs with her headphones on. There's no way she could have heard a loud noise. Jenny's listening to her hard rock. like, these AI voiceovers are horrible. They're absolutely garbage. They're like, throw them in the garbage level garbage. I don't want to see them. It's not like it's because most good short form content will be watched over and over and over again. You know, it's like the little kids that are saying mispronouncing words. You'll sit there and watch that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times because it's good. But these AI videos, it's like name 3 sea animals. Tung 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 ding, and it's like you're wasting time here, guys. Nobody watches the AI videos over again, unless they're like those weird ones made on Sora, which is a whole nother topic. Sora shutting down or whatever. Is that true? Did Sora actually shut down? Because that was my jam, kind of. I had a little bit of fun on Sora AI. It's so weird. It's like watching the Sora videos, the Sora AI, and it was like seeing one of your dreams unfold. I don't know about other people, but some of my dreams kind of feel like they're AI generated, not from like a computer, just like it's like grainy video quality, and you kind of understand the idea of it, but then you're like, wait, what was the point of that dream? What happened? You know, it's kind of like that. Um, it's horrible. It's horrible. The internet, man. It had potential. The internet 100% had potential. When it first came out, it was like, hey, I can talk to my mom all the way in Japan, and I'm in the United States. That's freaking awesome. Now it's like, hey, this dude from Japan just called me the F word. We're gonna argue about it for 6 years. Come on, man. We gotta fix the internet. Or, honestly, keep the internet for the people that are addicted to arguing on the internet, and just get off the internet completely. Stick to your single player video games, kids. No, but seriously, what's the point of sitting there wasting your life away on the internet? I mean, I'm not perfect either. I mean, I've sat on the internet for hours on end just watching pointless stuff, but that's like there's honestly no excuse. I mean, I just thought of that's just to kill time. No, if you want to kill time, go outside, read a book. I mean, go kill time that way. I mean, I don't know what the point of sitting on the internet is. They've gotten so good with the algorithm where it's like it will feed you videos that they know you'll like, and it's like just like it. Just like the video. Come on, we know you like the video. Come on, just like it once. Let us know. Oh, you disliked the video. Okay, okay. I'll keep that noted for next time. And it's like, come on, man. Come on, man. It's kind of funny. Your phones know you so well. If your phones could speak, they'd be like, "Hey, so you like pickleball, huh?" I can recommend a video for that. Actually, you wanna see this pickleball video I just found you? Oh, no, okay, you're into pool now. All right. There's this new pool shot that you can do. It's called the double flip sideways jumperoo. Like if your phones had a voice, it'd be freaking hilarious. Your phones would be outing you in front of people. It'd be like, sorry, I can't go to your kid's birthday party on Thursday. Um, I, I have to bake cookies. With my grandma. Your phone would be like, no, you don't. You're free on Thursday. You can go to that birthday party. Ah, and then the other person's phone, like who's inviting you to the party, would be like, "That's fine. You can stay home. He didn't want you at the party anyways. He was just trying to be nice." Phones would be outing people so quick. Imagine if like your built-in Siri or like your built-in Google is just like, "Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're lying. You're lying 100%. Quit lying to your boss." Ooh, you're lying to your boss. I mean, give phones a voice. I think that would be the most hilarious things. Imagine if your phone could join in on the conversation. Like, Ted, we have to sit down and talk to you. This is a serious thing. Your YouTube watching time has gotten way too high. We think you're addicted to YouTube. And the phone like joins like your parents' side, and your parents are like, your phone told us that you watched 30 hours of YouTube last week. And you like look at your phone like, come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, I don't know. That's freaking fun to think about, though. Kind of funny. Like, oh man, you're on the subway, you fart, your phone hears it, nobody else does. Your phone be like, bzzz, he farted. It was him. He farted. Like, you wouldn't be able to get away with anything at that point. Imagine like having your phone if it had a voice and you could like customize the voice so it could be like some old white dude. Now let me give you some advice here, son. Back in my day, back in my day, or like it could be like some weird freaking lady. Hello, hello. What are you doing at the gym? You literally said you weren't gonna start till tomorrow. Why you at the gym, huh? Your phone would like fall in love with you or something. Oh, so you can talk to your own AI chatbot? Like what? Come on, man. You know what I mean? I don't know that. I think that would be pretty funny. Imagine if everything had a voice. Like not everything, but like things that shouldn't have a voice having a voice. You imagine like strapping a collar onto your dog or whatever, and like every time you barked, it would translate it. I think dogs are swearing all the time. Every time a dog starts barking at you, you can tell that dog's swearing. He's like, rah, 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 rah. He's like, you motherfucker, get the fuck back here. I'm gonna bite your ass. And the dog keeps, rah, 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 rah. It was kind of a joke, but I'd still beat your ass in a fight, your dog would sit there. You'd realize dogs are swearing like every other time they bark. They're like, I'm fucking hungry, motherfucker. Give me some food. That would be like, oh, that would be freaking peak. This is like, you'd pull up to the dog park and like, some weird dog mom walks up to you and is like, this is Jonathan. He saw your dog from across the park. I think he'd like to hang out with you. And the dog's like, no, I don't. Nope. I'm good. Mm. And the dog has to sit there all awkwardly. I don't know. Like, cats is like, I'm not interested. Why? I live in your house for free. Why would you, what? Like, imagine putting like one of those collar things on like any animal. Like you walk up to like the lion at the zoo is like, you look tasty. I wonder if I could just wow. Lions at the zoo are like we'd have like dog news reporters. In the dog news today, we can see that the weather is going to be great for going on a walk. Get your owners to take you on a walk today. Dogs would be sitting there watching the TV, be like, whoa. That would create a whole new market too. Like, imagine dog related things now that dogs in this hypothetical universe could talk. It'd be like, dog smartwatch. Your dog can now track how many steps it does in a day. I mean, I'm sure they already have dog smartwatch where you can track their steps, but like, so many things would open up. It was like, give your dog an allowance. Get the all new dog allowance app. Every time a dog completes a task, you can give it dog points, which can. Oh, all right. Sorry about that, y'all. No, but like, you can give your dog points, which can be redeemed, and I don't know, goofy stuff like that. Anyways, I don't know, man. I ran out of things to talk about. I'm kind of rambling.